Yeah, and I appreciate those stories. And I know this has also become politically charged, and I want to talk about that and the social media aspect of it. You know, I tried to find some numbers, and I found an article on Reuters from October 22, and tell me if these are off, but the article was titled "Putting Numbers on the Rise in Children Seeking Gender Care." And it said, say, for example, in 21, U.S. patients aged 13 to 17 undergoing mastectomy with a prior gender dysphoria diagnosis was, say, 282 patients. And I don't know if those numbers are correct, but it's not exactly a crisis yet, is it, as far as the numbers?
No, those numbers are not correct, and I'll explain why. I know I'm familiar with that article. You see, we can't, in the U.S., we have a very fractured medical health system. Okay, so we have every city has private surgical clinics where these kids can walk into and get their mastectomies. And those numbers are not going to necessarily be reflected in any survey or any gathering of data. And a lot of people also are not paying with their insurance. So even when you try and get the numbers from the insurance of the mastectomies, for example, you're not going to get accurate numbers. There's this website called GoFundMe. And the last time I checked, on the GoFundMe page for mastectomies, there were 47,000 girls. 47,000 girls trying to raise money on GoFundMe for their mastectomies.
Wow.
So trust me. No, a lot. We are in the middle of it right now, and there is an epidemic. And I talk about these surgeons in my book, surgeons who will say that, for example, Dr. Moser in San Francisco says, I have no lower age limit in my office for consultations. So he'll see a 10-year-old who wants to get her breast removed. I don't know if he'll do it at age 10, but he's saying there's no lower age limit. So yes, no, there's a lot more than 200, whatever that number was.
So that's off by a factor of 10 or maybe even 100.
We don't, in the U.S., we just can't get those accurate numbers.
Okay. Let's talk about how this has now become a politically charged issue, because I think you've spoken before about how President Biden has now advised parents, that early surgeries, hormone treatments, and affirmations are crucial for the health of their gender-confused children. We see, the big rainbow LGBT celebration on the White House lawn, and it feels like they are weaponizing this issue for votes in some way. That's the way it looks over here. Can you talk about how this seems to be grabbed on by political parties, and is it being used, or do you see that differently?
Well, in terms of the gender-affirming care for minors, I think that a political party that's going to promote that is making a big mistake, because the majority of U.S. voters are against the medical transitioning for minors. So I think that whoever they're consulting with better rethink this. But yes, of course, it's being weaponized for politics, and you see the whole gender identity issue is all packaged in the language of civil rights. That it's the civil right of every person, no matter what age, to declare whatever gender identity they choose, and then the rest of the people in their lives have to automatically go along with it, or else it's an infringement of their civil rights. So yeah, it's from the beginning it's been packaged that way. I discovered this gender identity belief system, many years ago, as I said, and it was even, back then it was couched in terms of these. The kids were being told that to believe that humanity is separated into male and female is an oppressive, false paradigm. And it's a paradigm that has to come down, and you have to fight against it. It hurts people, it oppresses people. So it's always been couched in terms of civil rights and politics. But I do want to mention something. You mentioned Biden. So we have, I don't know if you're aware of Dr. Admiral Rachel Levine, who is the #2 doctor at Health and Human Services in Washington, D.C., appointed by Biden. And the Admiral is a transgender individual. And it's very interesting because the Admiral, I don't use the pronouns, by the way. I refuse to have my speech compelled. So I call the Admiral the Admiral. The Admiral transitioned from male to female in middle age. And now the Admiral is standing up and announcing and instructing to parents in the United States that the best thing they can do for their gender distressed child is gender affirming care, knee-jerk affirmation, put the kid in the driver's seat, give them whatever they want. The blockers, the surgeries, everything. The kid knows best who they are and what they want. So that's what the Admiral is saying. But I found a video of her. I found a video of the Admiral from a few years ago. And I quote it in my book. Again, my book is, I have to do this, I'm sorry.
Lost in Transnation.
A Child Psychiatrist's Guide Out of the Madness. So the Admiral Levine, was interviewed years ago, and the Admiral said, "I'm so pleased that I transitioned later in life, because otherwise I wouldn't have my children. And I can't imagine life without my children." So here you have a medical authority in this country who is speaking out and telling parents. Now, parents are in a very, very hard position. I talk to parents every day. When they have one of these kids, what do you do? How do I respond to their gender dysphoria? What's the right path to go down? So Dr. Levine, Admiral Levine, is saying, without a question, there's a medical consensus. You have to do the gender affirmation. Oh, but P.S., if you do the gender affirmation, Admiral, these kids are going to be infertile. No kids, biological kids in their future. They're not going to be sitting where you are and saying, I can't imagine life without my biological kids. So you see, the hypocrisy is really appalling here. Because having biological children, to most people, is an option that they want to keep open. That's a very big part of life. Not for everybody, but you don't want to close it off when you're a child, to close off that possibility. And yet that's what gender affirming care in many instances does.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.